Hello and welcome back to another video here on the Trek Investing in Crypto channel. And today I'm going to be going over Cardano, and this is actually a cryptocurrency that I actually got into around 5 months ago when the price was $1.40 approximately. And it was a pretty cheap price back then. And I actually ended up getting a pretty decent amount. And since then, we already know, the price started soaring, and then around a couple months later ended up hitting a new all-time high, passing $3. And so today we're going to be pretty much checking out some of my key support and resistance levels and why I actually think that we might actually be passing those old all-time highs, and we might actually start hitting well over $3 in just the next couple of weeks. And so let's actually go ahead and check out my first support level. You guys can actually see that it's at $2.16. So this is actually a point where the stock touches multiple times. You guys can see it around this point right here on the 18th. The stock touches it numerous times, then actually bounces off and then actually retest this point. And then we can actually see today we actually had a huge rally that ends up passing around $2.20, but it wasn't actually able to hold past $2.20. So that's actually going to be a resistance level that we actually have to break tomorrow. If we can actually break this, then we're going to pass well over $2.20. You guys can see I only passed it for like a short time and then actually drop back under. But we can actually see that there is a falling wedge pattern going on here where the stock actually starts to consolidate, but it's actually sort of trending downwards in a way. And then we can actually see that actually dips out at a certain point as a huge rally. We can see that the same pattern actually happens throughout the past couple of days. It's just this falling wedge pattern where the stock is just consolidating, sort of trending downwards, and we can just see a sudden spike, just like right here where we went from around $2.14 all the way up to around $2.23. And then we can actually see the same pattern has actually happened multiple times. So yeah, with this second resistance level, it actually did place support at one point on the 16th. We can actually see that this is our support when we were actually hovering at around $2.23, $2.24, around that range. $2.20 was actually our support. And then we actually did end up having a massive sell-off, and then the price drops, and we actually have not been able to pass $2.20. But if we can actually end up passing $2.20 tomorrow, which we most likely will, because we did pass it yesterday, we already retested it numerous times. So once we do break $2.20, we're gonna have to start having some slight consolidation, and then once we can actually get closer to that $2.25 range, then we're gonna actually see around this area right here. You guys can see that the stock was actually trying to past $2.25, but it was really struggling. You guys can see how tight this consolidation is. The stock was just going back and forth, and it was actually not even able to pass $2.25. It actually touched it one time, actually a couple times. You guys can see right here exactly on the dot $2.25. So you guys can see that this is actually a very important point, and there's a lot of people that's starting to like manipulate that point. Probably people that are like holding a lot of Cardano. And then you guys see people just start to sell off, and then you guys can see how massive that drop was and how sudden it actually ended up happening. And then we can actually see that it actually continues all the way until we drop to $2.09. So that's like a 14-cent drop right there. So that's like a 16-cent drop right there, which is actually pretty crazy. But if you guys have been checking out the volume for Cardano for the past 24 hours, you guys will see that over $3 billion worth of ADA Cardano was actually traded in the past 24 hours alone, which is pretty crazy. We usually don't see something like that. We actually haven't seen something like that for the past, few weeks. But let's also check out the MACD charts right here. You guys can see that the blue line has actually started to pass the orange line, which is a sign that, the stock's going to start trending upwards. So like right here, we can see that the blue line starts to cross over the orange line, and then it actually starts to separate in the upper direction with the orange one underneath. And then we can actually see that that's like around the same point where the stock starts to move up. But we can actually just rely on the MACD solely for indicators of whether it's going to be bullish or bearish. So we actually have to use multiple different forms of technical analysis to just couple them together. So we're also going to check out the RSI, so you guys can see at around the same point when we were just about to take off right there, the RSI was at 35, which actually means that the stock was heavily oversold, which means that this is going to be a time when a lot of people are going to start to get in. And then we can actually see that's the same time that the stock ended up going up and then ends up passing $2.20. And then the same thing happened at around this point right here, which was actually lower. It was at 28. And then, whenever the stock is sort of at a peak, then we can see that the RSI is pretty high. Like right here was at 64, which means that it's overbought, and people are going to start selling, which is actually what ended up happening. And then that's why we saw that major decline that ended up happening at around that point. And then also we have a few more resistance levels, but we're not actually going to get into that for now. We're probably going to get into that in a future video once we start to get break some of these other resistance lines. But the ultimate goal is actually to break around $2.43, because once we actually do break that resistance, that's going to be a sign that we're going to hit all-time highs, and we might actually end up passing $3, which was actually, our past all-time high was at around $3. So we're going to start getting close to that. Now, I will be doing more updates on Cardano if you guys would like. So make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys want me to cover Cardano anymore. Make sure to subscribe with your notification bells on so that you guys don't miss any future videos. Also, we do have a Patreon link in the description down below. So if you guys would like to join that, that actually ends up helping out the channel a lot, and it would be very, very appreciated. And that's actually going to be the end of today's video. I'll see you guys next time.